Children used to run and play. Look at all the mess we made. Guess I never know where it went wrong. Sometimes I feel like oh that's sad. Cause viral then people forget.
All right, hey guys, how's it going? Top of the morning to you. I'm Tabletop Android, your friendly neighborhood aviation enthusiast, and it's on my time. It's Sunday morning, 7 a.m., and we are going to attempt to participate in 24 Hours of VATSIM. What exactly is that event? I don't know. All I know is that VATSIM is on 24/7. Let me see if I could. How I found about it was, I think it was booking.vatsim.net. Let me see if it's still there. Yeah, so they have 24 hours of VATSIM, and there is now these flights seem to be, the reason why I say attempting is just like most VATSIM events, they seem to be focused on airliners for good reason. I am an outlier, so general aviation is all I do, and we're gonna, hey, my broadcast name is different. Hold on. Let me see here. Sorry, Stream Elements changed my thing. It says GPT. It says GPT Tuesday. It says something that it's not. Give me a minute. Sorry about that, gang. Thought I had this under control. Apparently, I do not. Thought I clicked done. It says stream updated. Let's go back to here. And the title did not change, so I just copied it. Let's see if I paste it, if it'll change it. Oh, I think it's /title. Hey, how do I change my title? This is something I should know, right? So I'm doing a / command, and I'm looking. Now I can change game. I actually have not messed around with the / commands for Twitch. All right, that's weird. Let me see if it has anything to do with my Stream Elements add-on for OBS. I should be able to find a doc. Stream information. Okay, it says that there. Yeah, so it seems to be there. I don't know why. I don't know. Okay, all right. We seem to be okay. All right. Let's get back to what I was trying to do. Here is this. All right, so this is yeah. So I'm general aviation. I picked a slot. I registered for a slot, and then that's when I saw that it was a very strict route that they had for an airliner. So I said, you know what? Let's try and see if we can take advantage of the time and the VATSIMing being on. And so I picked a spot. I picked a time that was decent. And what is available is Pakistan. I have not flown in Pakistan before, so let's try it out. Let's see how it works out. So I was trying to do some flight planning. Didn't really get too far into it. Let me show you the desktop. So here is the flight briefing, 24 hours of VATSIM. So basically, Karachi Jinnah International Airport to Panjgur. I apologize for butchering the name. Panjgur Airport. And roughly, it's a direct flight. There's some mountain terrain. I don't think there's any other airports in between here. So this is that's what we're doing. Okay, so let's go ahead and at least get set up. I did find a airport for this place. For Karachi. Yes, I'm just making sure that I'm saying it right. All right, so let's try this out. All right, so we're not gonna do the the commands here. We're gonna do the Bonanza, and the only reason why, because the Bonanza, it does have failures, so we'll do full failures, but it's more inconvenience. In this mountainous terrain, I would have to force a landing, and I don't know where there are any other airports in this spot. So we'll do the A36. Hold on a minute. Let me take a look. I believe, was this the place? Yeah. All right, so this is the spot. So 6,000. I was wondering if I needed to take a turbo. So we'll do some flight planning. And actually, my biggest roadblock right now is going to be filing my flight through VATSIM, because they've changed the process for vPilot users. I believe X-Plane users have been going through this process already. So it's very different for me, and I'm going to have to take a minute to try and understand it. All right, but it looks like the highest obstacle is going to be about 6,300. So I don't need to take the turboprop. Not turboprop. I don't need to take the turbo. I don't need tip tank, so we're just going to go with our basic black square A36. All right, what is the name of this? What is the tag? Let's open up Volanta. All right, there we go. Let's take a look at our airplanes. Actually, I don't even... can I find it here? Let's say A36. No, it's BE36. Yeah, so 59 Tango is ours. Okay, so let's represent Jamaica here. 6 Yankee 59 Tango. Call sign is I guess I'm doing it for myself right now. And flight number, we don't need to worry about that. Can I put it on? Let me see. This is a GA flight. There's nothing really special going on. Yeah, we'll just leave it at 100. Thanks game. All right. Let's go with, you know what, I need to find, I keep saying this, I don't spend any time looking for liveries anymore. All right, so let's at least get started with the airport. That is not our airport. Where's our airport? There you are. All right, just so you guys are aware, I'm very unfamiliar with this with this spot, with this region. All right, so this looks like a terminal. No, well, these are definitely terminals. And I want to say, let's hang out over here. Off in a cut somewhere. Let's figure that out. So I believe the current time UTC should be noon for the rest of the world. I don't know. So once I get in, I'll pause. Actually, I can pause the head tracker right now. Okay, I'll pause the head tracker. We'll get ourselves situated. Hey, Cyan. Oh boy, what's going on, Cyan? How are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Looks like I just need to reset it anyway. All right, let's see if I can. So I am early morning, so I won't be watching you today. I am participating. Uh-oh, wait, why does my video look grainy? Okay, that's just my monitor. Yeah, so I am trying out something new. I'm flying on a different part of the world, trying to get in on some of that VATSIM action, 24 hours of VATSIM. I won't be flying for 24 hours. I'm just over here taking advantage of these of the availability. Now the weather looks pretty misty right now. I'm good. Won't be streaming for some time. Made an announcement last week. Oh, dagnabbit, did I missed it. I see. So I'm assuming that they finally caught up with you on your racketeering, and right now you are texting me from a jail cell. Did I hit the nose? Did I hit it right on the nose? I hope it's good news as to why you aren't streaming for a while. I hope things are going well. I apologize for my insincere, my no, it's insulting for my bad joke. All right, let me see here. So let's take a look. Very good news. That's great. The good news is that you're coming to America, and we're gonna meet up. You started a business where you're doing software engineering. Congratulations on whatever the good news is. I need to check out your VOD. I need to see your reaction. Ooh, business is picking up. That is good. That is great news. Are you working with your wife, or do you have partners, or are you a solo? Well, my wife says it all the time. A solopreneur, solo entrepreneur. I'm getting distracted here. I'm getting distracted. Okay. I am trying to figure out where I was, what I was doing. I forgot. Let's go ahead and update SF. I believe that is. And then, ICAO 6 Yankee 59 Tango, I believe. All right, cool. You have a small team. All right. Hey, congratulations, man. That's awesome. That is terrific news. I love it. How does your wife feel about it? Is she excited that you're getting off the computer? that you're gonna stop playing games to go make more money? You know, it's so funny. I'm spending so much brain power trying to trying to rile you up that I keep forgetting what I'm trying to do. Sorry. What was I trying to do? She supports me 100%. I need the PC. Now the question is, when are you going to get on some of that Linux action? I'm assuming you're on Windows because you're playing the Microsoft game. But have you ever used Linux? Are you on it right now? Is that where you do your business and make your money? I mean, I'm clearly an advocate for open source software. I don't have anything to sell you, but I certainly want to increase the amount of users that are in the Linux space. Okay, yeah, so originally what I was trying to do before I got totally distracted is I'm trying to figure out if there are any charts for this place in Navigraph. Since we're paying so much bloody money for Navigraph, let's try and see if we can utilize it. All right, so the places, so the two, here's the route. It's going to be just a direct flight. And we do have charts. I am very happy about that. Yes, I use Linux in some instances. I use Linux full-time for 2 years. Nice. Very awesome. I'm very proud of you. You have gained more respect for me. Is it respect? I respect you already. Hold on. More admiration. Oh, I've increased my admiration for you. Man, I constantly sound like a robot when I'm trying to sound sincere. My admiration for you has increased twofold. Do you have a favorite distro? I usually, so I do some system admin stuff only because I'm trying to save money, which is why, most people, some people are on. I'll just scope it to myself. I try and save money by managing my own servers, but I also do love Linux. I do love the terminal, and I do find it fascinating trying to get the computer to do what you want it to do. So I've got a couple servers, usually Ubuntu, Debian, well, mostly Debian based. And then on the desktop side, I just got a laptop from System 76. Their operating system is Pop! OS, which is Ubuntu based. Fedora has been my workhorse for a long time. But that's it. So I do love Fedora, but I do find myself getting more and more into Ubuntu based distributions. Dude, you think I'm French fries? I'm a franchise? What is this guy? Mainly Ubuntu. Gotcha. I do think you're franchise. I think you can franchise. I want you to believe in yourself just as much as I do. All right, so here's going to be the problem. Sorry. Let's make ourselves known to the controller that's there right now. So let's go ahead and connect. Call sign is 6 Yankee 59 Tango. Our type right now is a BE35. Nope, 36. So this person does not know that we're here. So let's go ahead and make ourselves known. And then we'll try and figure out how this filing works, because I don't know how it works yet. What cloud environment? DigitalOcean, and I just got into Linode. So I have one server on DigitalOcean. They're all like the smallest nodes possible. So I'm paying like $7 US for the for the node. And I've got a couple of static web servers, and I have a database and some other stuff. So I'm SSHing into these machines. On the DigitalOcean one, I still have the Apache server or stack there, and then on the Linode, I finally got into the lighter weight Nginx, which is, I mean, it's super lightweight, and I really need to switch the other one over as well. So the neat thing is that I'm learning DNS. So I'm creating like subdomains and doing some other stuff. I'm messing around with A records and C names and all that stuff. It's funny. It's like I almost have it. I almost understand it, and then I don't. And so it's like right now it's very brittle. My understanding of DNS is not super solid. But having these servers and reasons to use them have given me a playing ground, a playing field. Okay, so it looks like we have, I don't know, I mean, we have center approach and tower, OPKC. So OPKC, that's where we're taking off from. All right, so let's go ahead and try this flight plan, and it is going to be an absolute mess. Now, it took me to my main browser, so let me go back here, and let's try and take a look at this one. I'll need to log in. So anytime so with the latest update to vPilot, most of you probably are aware that when you click on flight plan, it takes you to their website. And I was looking into it. I'm trying to look into it because I don't have any documentation. I don't know what any of these things are. Most people, they just do SimBrief and then import it. So most people don't know what these things are either. they just import it from SimBrief. No, I cannot multitask. I am very, very single-threaded. I know all that stuff. You acted Hollywood. Sorry. I did, I did not. I did not. Look here. It's so funny. I've been back and forth. I've been back and forth with it because I had these. I had web development was my passion for a long time and didn't realize it until flight simming came out. Until I fell in love with aviation, and then that became a passion. And then I was like, man, I need to do piloting full time. And I started looking into it and got really discouraged with the training costs and the initial start price of whenever I do become a first lieutenant, and then I have to work my way up to becoming a captain. And I was like, I'm making more money as a software engineer. So I had to go back and forth on that. And then now I started a digital marketing company with my wife, and she and I both know that my whole purpose of this company is to get it to a point where I'm automating a lot of things, so that I can go back to flight simming and piloting. So it's a means to an end, but piloting is my passion, is my current passion, and aviation is all I want to do. It's all I think about. So at the time that we talked about it, yes, I was not very ho-hum about web development. He's trying it over. My sincerest apologies. Okay, so we're gonna try and flight plan here, okay? Let's see what our call sign is. It is 6 Yankee 59 Tango. We're gonna do a VFR route. Aircraft is BE-35. Wake category. I believe we are considered light. Equipment. Okay, so this is the ICAOs for the equipment. All I know is that we are slant alpha. Well, I'll be using the GT. We're slant golf. So I don't know about the equipment. Oh, okay. It does say L. So let's just do G for golf. Transponder. I don't know what that. I have a transponder. Skip if FAA equipped. Yes, I think I'm equipped. Okay. Where are we taking off from, guys? Oscar Papa Kilo Charlie. Oscar Papa Kilo Charlie. Off block. What does the off block mean? Hey, look at that. Saying you resubscribed and you used your Prime. Oh, that's very kind of you. You can only use Prime once a month, and you chose to waste that money on me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir. Very kind of you. Thank you. Appreciate the continued support. As a subscriber, you should have access to some of my fancy emotes. Go ahead and use them. Use them freely wherever you want. It's on me, or it's on you. Okay, off block. I'm gonna assume that this is when I'm trying to leave. So right now the time. So UTC on my side is plus 5 hours. It's 7. So 7 plus 5. If I can do maths in my head is 12. So that's a noon, right? So it's 12:24. So I'm gonna go for 13. Let's go for 13:00. That's the off block. Altitude. All right. Now I don't know international flights, but if that is the case. I'm gonna use what I know. Can't use that. Okay, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use what I know from the U.S. and then hopefully they'll be nice enough to correct me. Your emotes better be fancy. You know what? Now that you brought that up, I do have a command for emotes. You can check out Alexa. She was the one that actually worked on my emotes. Yeah, so I think they are fancy. All right, so since we are headed in a west direction, that we're going to use even. We're going to use even numbers. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I should do it. No, I was going to open up little nav maps because I do like their vertical view of the terrain, which it gives you a minimum, but it's fine. We can do it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead 60 because we have these mountain ranges that are over here. Actually, hold on. Let me get back into here. It's a little loud out there. Because we have these mountain ranges, we're gonna do 6-3. So whatever the peak is plus 1,000, so that's 7,300. So the minimum is 7,300, but we are flying west, so we're gonna do 8,000 plus 500, so 8,500. So 8500. Airspeed in knots, I believe 138 is what this thing is. What is our destination? That is Oscar. No, wait. What is? I forgot my my NATO alphabet. Is it Oscar? I think it's Oscar. It's not opium. It's not octopus. Yeah, so Oscar. Oscar Papa Papa Golf. Oscar Papa Papa Golf. Alternate. There's nothing around, so I guess my alternate will be Oscar Papa Tango. Oscar Papa Tango uniform. Alright, so how long is it going to take me to get there? Good question. Let's just do some quick maths. And this is the stuff that I'm missing. I've been like on the grind, and I actually miss doing calculations. So you guys are gonna get super bored because this is where the fun is. So we're gonna assume I don't have the POH because I keep using so many different planes, so I'm doing a lot of guessing here. But basically, to figure out how long it's gonna take us, it's the distance divided by the ground speed. So the distance is 205 nautical miles. Our ground speed is, I don't think it's going to be 138 knots, but I haven't checked out the wind either. So in order to get the ground speed, it's your indicated or your calibrated airspeed minus the wind. So let's take a look at windy.com and see what's going on with our wind. Now, let me see if I can get a route. Will it allow me to put a route in here? I got used to aviationweather.gov where they do let you put a route, which is super helpful for me. Do any of you guys know how to put a route in windy.com? Do I have to log in? I don't want to log in. Oh, I do have an account. I just don't remember what it is. So they've got different layers, and one of the layers should be me putting in where I am. Okay, I don't know where I am. All right, now the reason why this is not helpful for me is because I don't know my geography. That's really what it boils down to. All right, so let me take a look at this. All right, so here we are somewhere over here. So I think we're over here somewhere. There it is, Karachi. Booyah. Karachi to this one. Panjgur. All right, so we're at least over here somewhere. What particular thing are we looking at right now? There's a lot of stuff on here. Surface. So we are flying at. Oh, you're giving me meters. I don't know meters. That's this side of the world. I'm gonna need to learn meters. All right, feet to meters. So it looks like it's 0.3. So we are 8,500. So 25. So almost 2,600 meters. All right, so let's get this up to. We'll do 3,000. All right, so the wind looks like we're going to have a headwind. 0 knots versus 10 knots. But what happens in between, bro? Okay, so I'm going to average it out. So we have 10 knots over here, and then we have 0 knots divided by 2. It's 5 knots. So let's minus 5 knots from our calculation. What was my calculation? What was I doing? Filing this flight plan. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so 138 minus 5 is 133. 133. So 205 divided by 133. So that's 1.54. Okay, that's 1 hour. Let's get the time. So 54, you minus it and then times it by 60. So it's an hour and 32 minutes. We'll round up 33. So en route time is 0133. Oh, that's the time. Good lord. Is that right? Yeah, I guess. Okay, so an hour and 33. So an hour is going to be 14:33. There we go. Fuel endurance. I mean, let's just say we have fuel up until like, you know, another, let's say we have 3 hours of fuel. So we're doing a direct route. These other details, nah, that I don't know what any of these are. I really do want to look into these. And I'm going to try and look into these and actually, oh, Sayan, have you, you know, I'm just curious, have you seen the video that I posted on YouTube? Let's see if we can file this. Oh, look at that. It wants the route must be entered alphanumeric. The route. I don't have any special characters anywhere, so they must be talking about my call sign. Let's see. Route must be entered and can only contain alphanumeric. Okay, so I guess my route. So let's try and put this hyphen back in here. And let's, even though I have a departure and arrival, can I OPKC direct to OPTU? So it looks like the route is needed. Call sign must be alphanumeric. Okay, so they don't like special characters. They don't know how to handle special characters. And we're gonna file the flight plan. Alright. Alright, gang, we're filed. Now, I'm very curious. Now that we're filed, let me see here. I mean, that wasn't as difficult as I thought, but it wasn't as convenient as the other one. Alright, so now that I'm filed, so sometimes it would tell us here that we're filed as well, but it's not going to do that. Alright, so I'm going to put this back. And then we're going to check out VAT Spy. There's so many applications. Let's check out VAT Spy and let's see if I show up. So I'm going to refresh the map. And here is our place. Let's check out the details. And let's see here. Boom! 6 Yankee 5, 9 Tango. For a departure. I love it. Alright, let's go ahead and take a screenshot of this. I'm gonna, oh, did it work? I'm gonna try and give these guys some shout outs. Yes, it worked. Alright, I'm gonna try and give these guys some shout outs. Alright, I'm looking for my flight recorder. Alright, so I think we're good. Alright, so I think we're good. Do we have a rough plan? Yes, we have a rough plan. I mean, everything's rough right now. And I think we can go ahead and get started. Actually, no. What we need to do is we're going to have to take a look at some weather. That's what we're going to need to do. Alright, so let's open up Navigraph. Let's take off VAT Spy. We're going to take a look and we're going to write some notes in our flight plan Go, because we're dealing with VATSIM. We're dealing with pilot controllers. So let's go ahead and get ourselves prepared. Alright, so we got Scratchpad. I have a plan, and we're going to start writing out what our plan is. So we are currently at Jinnah International. So Jinnah. Alright. The current weather is variable winds, 7,000 NSC. Don't know what that means yet. The current temperature is 23. Actually, we have ATIS. 23 Celsius. Dew point is -8. QNH is 1013. Ooh, I definitely don't know that. Okay, so what is NSC? Let's see if it tells us 7,000 of visibility. Oh, okay. Meters. Okay, so in the States, they go with miles. Standard miles? Statute? I don't know. So this is meters. It's still the same thing. Meters and miles. No, meters to miles. So it has 7,000. 1, 2, 3, 4 mile. Okay, 4 mile visibility. So normally 10 mile visibility is good for VFR flying. This is 4. So this is on the ground. Oh, you know what? Okay. So let's check out and see if there's any rain. Okay, so the clouds. So there could be a lot of clouds, but right now the precipitation. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not seeing what I'm seeing. Okay, it looks like the precipitation is west of us, so we might be just fine. Let's see about the clouds. So do we have any low clouds? I don't see any low clouds. Cloud base. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be like any crazy clouds, but why is the visibility so low? So here we have 10 miles or 10 meters. Well, this is standard. Oh yeah, let's change it. Rules? Oh, VFR, okay. Kilometers. No, I need to sneeze. Is there a mute button? Sorry, excuse me. Okay, so according to this, 10 miles visibility is over here. I don't know why it's 4 miles. I don't know why it's 4 miles right now. Or 7,000 meters. That's fine. But it doesn't, either way, it doesn't seem to be any cloud issues or visibility issues en route. So I think we're okay. We're good. All right, things are good. Things are great over here. Things are great. Okay. All right. So I need to figure out the QNH. It is 11013. Winds are calm. And let's check out our destination. There's no METARs at our destination. Are there any TAFs? Nope. There's no ATIS. Shouldn't expect that. Okay, so we don't have any weather visibility. Now, does this place have any towers? It does have a tower. Okay. And so usually if an airport doesn't have weather, it will usually pick up weather from a neighboring place, but there doesn't seem to be any neighboring airports or weather stations around. All right, sounds good. So here's where we are. This is Karachi. We're by the western apron. The winds are calm, so if things are good, we can expect 7 right as part of our departure. So let me go ahead and let me write in our clearance. So we're looking for clearance to I'm gonna need to figure out how to say that. And I'm gonna try Google Translate and see how it operates. Translate.google.com. All right, so we're gonna do Panjgur, Arabian.
Panjgur.
Oh, that doesn't sound right. Panjgur. Does that sound right to you guys? Panjgur. Panjgur, Pakistan. It is Arabian. Can you say you can't what? Hold on. Isn't available for Irish, even though this is Oh. Oh no. I didn't want to record anything. Okay, Bangor. Okay, Pangur. So we can go Pangur. So we can do the G, go a hard G, Pangur. I think. Okay, so Panjgur Airport. That's where we're trying to get clearance to. All right, and I think that's it. All right, so let's go ahead and start this bad boy up. Let's get into comms and see if they'll let us take off. So let's take a look at. Actually, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this on, and then. Oh, do I not have custom? Apparently, I don't have any custom things set up. Let's take a look at this. This is what I want to make sure is accurate. All right, engine conditions is 68%. I love it. We are getting lower and lower and lower. Okay, real time is set to 256. Let's just take a quick screenshot of that. All right, so let's take a look and see what our active failures are. So before the flight, we went ahead and talked to our A&P. We have 7 failures. Oil temp pressure. Oh, that's interesting. So I have a question about that. Let me see here. Last time I had an oil and temp pressure issue, the circuit breaker was actually out. There it is. Okay. So what I've noticed is that whenever the instruments have an issue, that's when your circuit breaker is active. So if I take a look, oil temp pressure is an issue. Okay. All right, noted. The beacon lights. So here's the thing. Because I've gone extreme and I'm experiencing more and more failures with this, but with the black square plane, I've experienced more lights and instruments. Nothing major that causes me to want to put the plane down. With the Comanche, it is my cylinders are always going out, and my brakes are always going out, and a lot of other things that actually will cause me to put the plane down. So, yeah. So I find a lot of these random failures inconvenient, but not really life-threatening with the black square planes. Okay, so air conditioning, beacon, so all these lights, landing lights. So let's go ahead and get them fixed. This cost us, I don't know, $200,000 to get all this stuff fixed. Autopilot controller, okay. Luckily for us, I do more hand flying. All right, so we're good there. So we can turn that off. We can turn off the battery. All right, and what I'm going to do is, let me see here. Let me just get let me get a decent view as to what's going on. So I do have some nameplates. Let me get a bird's eye view as to what's going on with this airport. Let's switch over. Alright, so there's a couple planes here. Most of them look like airliners. Yeah, most of them look like airliners. So I think I'm the only GA plane here. Let's get back to here. And let's verify that. Well, we don't need to verify that. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. So it looks like it's gonna get dark soon, so that's gonna be interesting. So let's go ahead and do some weight and balance. So I don't know what the fuel burn is on this thing, so we're gonna go ahead and do, it's a 200 nautical mile flight. I'm gonna do 80% just to be safe. All right, we're gonna put in my fictional weight, and we're gonna put in Sayan's weight. Sayan probably weighs like $160. We're gonna have about 20 pounds of baggage. All right, and we're good on the weight and balance. Things look. So here's our forward limit, aft limit, this line. So we're pretty much. I believe this line. Oh no, this is the one that keeps going back. So we're within our limits. Our center something another. All right, so cold start. All right, this one has a significant list. I'll do some of it, but I'm not doing all of it. Okay, pre-flight. Seatbelts. Cabin doors, parking brake. Actually, let's take a look at the parking brake and see where is my parking brake. Nothing looks pulled out, so let's go ahead and there it is. So there's my parking brake. All right, all avionic breakers are in. So this is view number. Oh, no, that's custom. Okay, so that's view number 1. So let me get a little familiar with the views here. View number 2. Okay, so number 3 will give me some of this. We don't need all of this. Good lord. All right, these all in. Yeah, these are all down. Is this functional since I'm here? All right, that's functional. So 4 will give me this one. All right, so all of these circuit breakers, they look in. This is view number 5. Let me see which one of these. So these are all functional. Flap is functional. View number 6 gives me the cowl flaps, which all right, so this, I don't have this to anything. I need to do something with that eventually. All right, view number 7. Okay, so 3? No, 4. So 4 and 7 are going to show me my, what are these called again? Circuit breakers. 4 and 7 will give me my circuit breakers. I've only got 22 hours on this plane. I want more. I need more. All right, so those look fine. View number 8 will give me my fuel. View number 9 will give me this thing, and 0 will give me something that is not useful at all. Okie dokie. Flaps are up. Let's take let's confirm. Yes, flaps are up. Oxygen, we're not going to need it. Actually, let me turn on. Okay, so it looks like oxygen is depleted anyway. So, let me turn that off. We're not going to need it. You know what? I'm not going to waste my time with it. We don't need it. Avionics is off. Yes. Throttle is closed. Propeller. All right. So they want our. So this was view number 6. Nope. 5. All right. So let's go with the prop high mixture. View number 6 shows us that the cowl flaps are closed. Uh-oh. Let's get them open. All right. Cowl flaps. This is centered. Alt air is off. This is alt air. Alt air is off. Pull and release. Don't know what that means. I'm gonna assume that this is off. Usually when you're pulling stuff, it's when it's on. All right, firewall valve. That is pushed in. So the firewall valve is open. Landing gear is down. Sub panel switches are off. Those are these switches. Those are all off. The load meter is set to primary. Main breakers are all in. We already looked at that. Static air is over here in the corner. I only have like 2 views. I don't really know what they do. Yes, we're gonna assume that's all good. That's set to normal. All right, CO2 tester. Here we go. We should see some lights. All right, I see some lights. Fuel selector, fullest tank, sure. Actually, I'm gonna turn it on, and looking at my fuel gauge, they're both good. Beacon. All right, that was view number 3. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna turn the beacon light on. Master battery is on. The bus volts, bless me. Bus volts are over here, 23 volts. They looks like it's 23. The annunciator test. So that is down here. Let's make sure that all of our lights are functioning. Yes, they look functional. I love it. Primary alternator. Alright, so I have a button that turns on the primary and the standby. So they're both on. Fuel quantities check, we already did that. Over here. So we can see that these are good. Auxiliary pumps set to low. And I think the whole point is so we can hear it. So here it is. I can hear it. Nice. Audible. And I can turn it off. Alright, standby gyro. Turn that on. The annunciator is illuminated. Standby gyro. We're checking to see if this is green. This is in the green. Looking good. Turn the standby gyro off. Alright, hey, checklist complete. Let's go ahead and start this engine. Alright, so mixture is rich. Propeller is high. Throttle is full open. And then they want the fuel pump. Oh my goodness. They want the fuel pump on. And the reason why... Oh, you know what? I don't think my button works very well. So here it is on high, and they want it to be greater than 3 gallons per hour, which it is. That's good to know that my fuel pump... Yeah, I need my fuel pump. The button... oh my gosh, I need some water. The button on my hardware isn't set properly. Alright. So now we can set this to 1/4 of an inch throttle. And then we can engage. I love it. Let me just make sure. Alright, so let's go ahead and... Hey yo, buddy, now go turn on this plane, yo. Back up. What is the thing that people say? Clear prop. Alright, so now for this one, I can't use the hardware. My hardware doesn't work. I need to fix that.
Clear.
Alright, and I believe I need to just turn this on. Or hold it, I mean. First try, I am a pilot god. Alright, so that's on. They want the RPMs to 1,000 to 1,200. So where is my RPM gauge? You would think I would know where it is. Where it is. I do not. Manifold pressure. Here's the RPM. Okay, so here it's under 1,000. So let's get it up a little bit. So I think that's, yeah. All right, so it's at 1,100, which is fine. I'm digging it. And it needs to be that high so that it can continue to charge. The alternator can charge the battery. All right, throttle, got it. The engine, so after starting, we have our throttle there. Oil pressure is green. So let's take a look at our oil pressure. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to take a break just to go get a cup of water. So here's our oil pressure and temperature. So green This will eventually get into the green, hopefully. Fuel flow, RPMs, that seems to be fine. Fuel, instrument air seems to be okay. So we don't have any annunciators on currently, so that's good. Low volt annunciator is off. The load, it needs to get below 25 amps in 2 minutes. Now, I don't know if that's a thing. Oh, it is a thing. Look at that. Last time I checked it, it was still pretty high. So, all right. So this is good. That's looking good. Bus volts 28. Instruments. We just checked the instruments. Lights is required. I like to put on the nav lights. So let's put on the nav lights. Let's put on our taxi lights. Weather off or standby. Let's put it on standby. Avionics is on. We have the master avionics switch. We're gonna turn the juice. That's terrible. It's a terrible joke. All right, cabin air. Internal air is 85 right now. That's kind of warm. So let's see if we can start messing around with the air conditioning. So AC. Oh, you know what? The load, the alternator load. Oh, the alternator. Okay, you know what's interesting? It was set to 0 before I turned on all of the electronics. Once I turned on the electronics, then it jumped to 25. I'm turning on the AC, and it bumped up a little as well. Very interesting. All right, so right now I want to see if this, without me turning the blower, I don't know if just the AC by itself, and this will let you know that the AC door is on. So this little AC door extended. Okay, so it is starting to cool down some. It's 83 degrees. Let me see what happens. So in theory, if I turn on the blower, so I guess it's on low right now. So this alt load should go up as well. That's low, so that's high, but this didn't change. Okay, that's fine. It's 81 degrees inside. All right, so we're definitely doing stuff. All right, cabin air is desired, air conditioning is desired, mixture, lean for taxi. Yes, so I didn't lean. So let's go ahead and lean our mixture. And the main reason for that is so that we're on the ground and we're already feeding the engine a whole bunch of fuel. We don't need to flood it with so much fuel on the ground, and it helps to keep our spark plugs from fouling. What does fouling mean? I don't really know. I think it means that it doesn't get dirty. There seems to be a combination of materials and fuel and stuff that I don't understand yet. Parking brake release, and we want to check our brakes. So let's go ahead and check our brakes. So parking brake is off. You see here. All right. The brakes do work. Let's put our parking brakes back on. And I think we're done with the starting. All right. Now the run up. We're gonna do the run up when we get to the. We're going to do our run-up later. And the reason, and I was wondering why we're not doing it now versus later, I asked somebody, Mike, I think it's, I don't remember his call sign exactly, but there's a Fox in there, and he streams. But I was asking him, why do most pilots do their run-up at the hold line instead of while they're parking? Short answer is it gives the engine time to warm up. Because you don't want to immediately do your run up because you're putting your RPMs up very high. So you want your engine to kind of settle, warm up before you start to stress it. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. All right, so we'll do our run up later. All right, so let's go ahead and put in some of this information. Right now we're gonna put our. Good thing is that we have a thing here, but I would like this to work. All right, it's 73 degrees inside of here, so that's nice and cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and first thing we can do, let's do the flight plan. Oh, Oscar, is it Oscar? I think it's Oscar. Oscar Papa Kilo Charlie, and we're headed to. We're headed to Oscar Papa Papa Golf. Oscar Papa Papa Golf. Still searching. Okay, and that's the hard G, so Panjgur. That doesn't sound right. But we're going to Panjgur. Okay, now that we have that, we can take a look at our what's in range. Let's take a look at ATIS and see if it is...
Contact, you have information, Delta.
Delta, okay, that's helpful. I'm going to write that down.
This is OPKC Airport 8 is information Delta, at time 1230 Zulu. Expect ILS approach runway 25 left, wind 350 at 4, visibility 7 kilometers, no significant clouds, temperature 23, dew point -8, altimeter 1013, transition altitude 3000 feet, transition level 050, advise aircraft type on first contact, acknowledge information Delta, advise on initial contact, you have information, Delta.
Let me get those runways
again.
again.
OPKC Airport 8 is information Delta, at time 1230 Zulu. Expect ILS approach runway 25 left, wind 350 at 4, visibility 7 kilometers, no significant clouds, temperature 23.
Okay, so we can expect runway 25 left, is what I'm assuming. What GPU are you running? I got an NVIDIA, but I actually have a low one. It's 20, I believe it's a 2080. So I have all my settings set to medium. I think I have a decent CPU. Actually. I've got an i7, so that's fine. It'll work. And then for the GPU, I've got a 2060. I've got an RTX 2060. I am running the game on an SSD. I used to have it running on the spinning hard drive, and that was terrible. So the SSD is super helpful right now. You're thinking of upgrading. What do you have now? The 2060 is, it's not the best, it's not the greatest, but I mean, I've been able to stream, and I've enjoyed my medium graphics. Okay, so let's switch to ground, just so we can start to hear some activity. All right, so it is 67 degrees inside of here, so let's go ahead and turn that down. All right, so let me see here. So I believe it sounded like the transition altitude is 3,000. So I'm going to set my. I'm going to set my altitude, my initial altitude, to 3,000. And yes. All right, so 25. So let's take a look. Let's use as much of this as we can. So here's our current airport waypoint. We do have weather. Currently the winds are 300 at 6 knots degrees. Thinking transition is 5,000. I heard, so I mean, I don't fly IFR too much, so I'll take your word for it. Now I did let me see here. Can we switch back? Alright, so let's take a look at this. It's not listed. So here. So I don't. So what is? So what is it? What is the difference? There's a transition altitude at 3,000, and then there's transition level at 5,000. I don't know what the difference is. I'm a simple boy, so I just went with altitude. Whenever I hear level, I think of jets that can go that high. So what I'm going to conclude, and I could be wrong, is that the transition level for jets is 5,000 and for everything else is 3,000. That's what I'm thinking. Could be wrong. Look like it's information echo instead of Delta. Okay. I see. Don't know the difference. Yeah. All right. All good. All good. We're all learning together. None of us are experts. Okay. So here are the runways. Actually, I'm gonna look at the chart. So let's take a look at the chart. Nope, not approaches. Dang it! I'm all over the place. Okay. Let's look at info and let's look at the airport chart. Full screen and 25 left, I believe. So we're gonna try. So we're expecting 25 left. So now, what that means for us is I'm gonna go ahead and set our heading bug to 25. But before I do that, let's see if we are in sync here. North and 3, 1 notch. Okay, so I think we're a little off. Actually, no, I think we're okay. So let's set our heading bug to 25. Okay, 25. I was lost there for a minute. Okay, so our heading bug is this way. Our wind is actually 30. So whenever we do our whenever we do our run-up, we're going to put our nose in 300 so that the wind is blowing against our engine. Okay. The altimeter. Okay, yes. So it was 1013. So here's 10, here's 15. That looks like 13. Boom. All right, looks like we're all good. I think we're ready to attempt to get clearance here. Okay, so we are at Karachi. Okay, so let's go ahead and practice because I think I'm gonna have an issue hearing properly. We're on ground, so this is Karachi ground. Who are we? We are
Cargo Lux 16, you're clear to Muscat S5, Melon 1 Fox to departure, runway 25 left in use, fly initially flight level 150, squawk 7262.
Okay, so I was listening to see if there's any common thing that I can get. Okay, so we are Beechcraft, 6 Yankee 59 Tango, looking for VFR.
Background, Papa Tango Yankee, short of Echo, request for the taxi and request seat selection Foxtrot for departure if possible.
Foxtrot for departure level. So that sounds like some IFR stuff.
Papa Tango Yankee, you can merge on to Echo, and if Foxtrot is available, you can taxi to runway 25 left via Echo, hold short Foxtrot.
Roger, merge Echo, taxi Echo, hold short Foxtrot, runway 25 left. Papa Tango Yankee, thanks very much.
Panjgur.
Melon 4 Alpha, departure runway 25 left. The initial climb flight level 150, squawk 722, Cargo Lux 16.
Cargo Lux 16, negative, Melon 1 Fox to departure.
Melon 4, 150, runway 25 left, squawk 7262, Cargo Lux 16.
All right, I'm trying to see if I get in here. Karachi ground, Beechcraft, 6 Yankee 59 Tango, looking for VFR clearance to Panjgur.
6 Yankee 59 Tango. Hello, Karachi ground. Can you stand by for 2 minutes, please?
Affirmative.
Cargolux 16 confirm. Melum 1 Foxtrot, please.
Melon 1 Foxtrot, Cargolux 16 confirm.
Cargolux 16, read back is correct. Information
So-
echo is correct.
Information echo.
Information echo resist, Cargolux 16. Cargolux 16 is ready pushback.
Cargolux 16, push and start is approved. Not on Juliet.
Pushback, pressure Juliet, Cargolux 16.
Interesting. My RPMs went down. I heard the engine. I wonder if it was down when I did the mixture. I've been on the ground for some time. Yes, I have. This is what real pilots do, buddy. They stay on the ground and they plan. So I did make a request for clearance. So he told me to hold on. He's probably verifying stuff, or he's.
Beechcraft 59 Tango, you will receive your clearance for tower. I coordinated with him. When ready, you can call me for taxi.
I'm sorry. Who will I get clearance from?
The tower controller, 118.3.
The tower. Got it. 118.3. Thank you very much. All right, so I'm going to switch over to 118.3 for the tower. I'm on COM 118. Let's switch over to point 3. All right, so let's see if tower has anything for us. Panjgur. All right, doesn't sound like he's talking to anyone right now. Karachi Tower, Beechcraft, 6 Yankee 59 Tango, requesting VFR clearance for Panjgur. Did I do it right? 118.3?
6 Tango 59 Tango, Karachi Tower, clear destination. As filed NS time level correction is flight level 850 squawk 3472.
Squawk 3472, climb to initial altitude of 8,500. 6 Yankee 59 Tango.
Karachi Tower, Assalamu alaikum, Papa Tango, Papa Al Hotel Alpha Tango Yankee, holding Foxtrot 25 left, we are ready for departure.
So he didn't confirm if my clearance is correct.
Last station calling please again.
Karachi Tower, good evening.
I'm sorry.
Papa
Looks
Hotel
like
Alpha
Sayed's
Tango
getting
Yankee,
very.
Foxtrot, we are ready for departure.
Looks like Sayed's getting very bored with me being on the ground. I'm just trying to get clearance, buddy.
Papa Hotel Alpha Tango Yankee Karachi Tower, hello traffic 300 degrees 06 knots, runway 25 left here for takeoff report time.
All right, so
Clear
let's
takeoff 25 left for
tree 472 altitude reporting 3472. Looks like 8,500. Look, I don't.
6 Yankee Tango, confirm clearance please.
Yes, squawk code tree 472 and initial altitude 8,500. 6 Yankee 59 Tango.
659 Tango, repeat correct information. KNX 1013, report ready for startup.
1013. I'm sorry, which frequency for startup?
Ground please, 121.6.
121.6 for startup. 6 Yankee 59 Tango. Okay, so I've got clearance and go back to ground for startup. Okay, so the startup stuff is what is new to me. So let me make sure. I'm saying you do a lot more. You do international flying. What is the whole startup deal? Should I not have turned my plane on before getting startup clearance? I never did understand that. Part of me turning the plane on is because I don't know how long it's going to take to get clearance, and I don't want to waste my battery. Ready for startup? I don't know. Okay, so let's at least take a look at this map here. So he's going to tell us something related to the map. I'm assuming. Karachi ground, 6 Yankee 59 Tango, ready for startup.
6 Yankee 59 Tango, startup is approved, call me for taxi.
Okay. So now, do I get my plane in position? Is that part of startup? I gotta look at it. Okay, ready to taxi. Karachi ground, 6 Yankee 59 Tango, ready to taxi.
Yankee 59 Tango, take left on Sierra, left again on Juliet, merge onto Echo for runway 25 left.
Sierra.
Five man Tango, confirm, do you need an intersection takeoff?
I'm taking off on 25 left. Is that correct?
It's Foxtrot on 25 left for the intersection.
Yes. Foxtrot on 25 left is perfectly fine for me. Now he said Sierra. I don't see a Sierra on
Alright, 5 man Tango, you can taxi to runway 25 left, Foxtrot intersection via Sierra Juliet Echo.
Sierra Juliet Echo. Sierra Juliet Echo. I'm cleared to taxi to a Foxtrot for 25 left via Sierra Juliet Echo. 6 Yankee 59 Tango. Sierra?
25 left, please confirm.
25 left. 6 Yankee 59 Tango. Okay, so that was a complete mess. You were right, but I start on the push and start. Alright, you were right, but I start on push and start. Okay, gotcha. So you keep your plane off until they say the push and start. Okay, cool. Now, I don't see a Sierra on here. So I probably should ask him. I'm going to, so Juliet and Echo. So where is Juliet? I don't see a Juliet on here either. I could have the wrong charts. You know what I'm going to do? Let's take a look and see what SkyVector has. Oh, there's no charts. That's right. That's the reason why I have Navigraph. It's because there's no charts. Green giant. Alright, let me see with these charts here. Yeah. So these are using the same charts. Use Navigraph Fur Airport? I don't know what that means. Fur
Taxi Papa Echo hold short hotel runway 25 left Pakistan 225 Alpha.
Alright. So saying I'm gonna need your help. This is my first time doing a international flight. So I've got Navigraph up. What do you mean for airport? Oh, for airport. Okay. Okay. Because I do know that fur is a thing. Some countries refer to their Arctic or their, what is Arctic? ARTCC. Their airspace. Some countries refer to their airspace as fur. So that threw me off. Okay, refer to Navigraph. Yes. Okay, so I am using Navigraph. This is a Navigraph chart here. Now he said Sierra, Juliet, and Echo. So here's Echo, and then we're working our way to Foxtrot. I'm going to assume. Let me see here. Karachi ground, 6 Yankee 59 Tango. I'm looking at my map and I don't see a Sierra or a Juliet. I'm by the eastern apron. I do see Bravo and Echo. I can make my way to Echo and then Foxtrot, but I don't see Sierra or Juliet.
625 Tango, absolutely no problem. You can taxi to Echo, and you can just taxi to Foxtrot by any route. There's no other traffic.
Okay, copy that. Thank you very much. 69 Tango. 5. Okay, cool. 59 Tango.
Sierra is actually right in front of you.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, so we can taxi our way to 25 left. 25 left. We're working our way to Foxtrot for takeoff. All right, sounds good. Oh, the plane turned off. Oh no. So go back to the initial map view and zoom in. Sir, this is the initial VAT view. Here's the map. Do you see a Sierra? He said Sierra's right in front of me. That doesn't look like it connects to me, but it is in front of me. So, I mean, it's possible that I just have a wrong map. I don't know. Okay, but the problem is our plane turned off. So why did our plane turn off? Because that's more of a problem. Fuel. Look at that. I had a fuel leak.
Pakistan 225 also, Karachi ground.
Okay, so
Go ahead with
let's see here. In theory, if I turn it to the right, let's see if it turns back on.
At ground, you can contact tower now 1 minute decimal 3. The ground will be online in around 10:15.
Okay, fuel pump is working.
Thank you.
Fuel pump is working.
Thank you, flying.
All right, let's go ahead and
Clear prop.
$625 9 Tango.
yes, sir.
5 minute Tango, Karachi ground is logging off now. The new controller will be here in around 10-15 minutes. You can contact tower now 1 minute decimal 3. Have a safe flight. All the best.
You enjoy your day. Thank you very much for the information. We'll contact Tower 118.36 Yankee 59 Tango.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too, boss. I knew he was going to be on for VAT. What's up?
Contact tower 1 minute decimal 3.
What's up, King? Okay, so the plane just turned off, and it looked like there's a fuel leak in our left tank. So I switched to the right, but it doesn't seem like it's turning on.
Clear prop.
Yeah, it's not turning on. Oh. All right, so let's see what broke. 68%. That part's fine. Let's see what active failures we have. The magneto, left magneto, fuel tank. So prop heat. I have not experienced this stuff before. This is exciting. Black square A36. Yes, sir. That's what we're doing. So the landing lights, the remote compass, the transponder. You know, this is the first time I've had serious stuff. So the magento died. The prop heat. Oh, is that the Pitot Heat? Is that the same thing as the Pitot Heat? Or is that, no, this looks like anti-icing. Remote compass, all of that stuff. Okay. All right, so it died, so we're going to go ahead and get this stuff fixed. Now the plane sounds like it wants to come back on. What I am going to do is going to turn off the avionics. I'm going to turn off the taxi lights, and I've got my nav lights. So we're just going to go back to, we're going to keep it on. Oh, actually, we need to fill up our tank because our tank leaked. Okay, we're going for 80%. All right. Let's do some. Oh, interesting. So look at this. Oh, actually, no. Go all the way. All right. All right. So that looks good. Let's go ahead and turn this on here. Oh, hey. Back up. All right. Oops. Let me put this back at like a quarter. Let's try this again. All right, second try. Let's go ahead and get our RPMs up to something that's decent. We do need to lean our mixture. All right. Let's turn back on our avionics, nav and taxi lights. Now I'm gonna change the visibility because I'll be darned if I try to land in the dark. King Easy, what are you up to this morning? It is Sunday morning. I expected you to be at church. All right, so 118.3, we're gonna hang out with tower because ground is off right now. It is 75 degrees. We still have our AC on. So we went through this whole process. Let me see, landing, flood, beacon, strobe, all of that stuff is good. Parking brakes are on. We tested it and it works for right now. Everything still looks in the green. All right, so this is good. I am happy about this because I have not had any real issues with this plane up until now. Womp, womp, womp. Just got off of work. Shining. Sitting. Man said sitting. That's a good one. Oh man. Okay. All right. I think I'm ready to go. Why do I smell? Oh, someone's cooking upstairs. I was smelling some food and I was like, who is awake? All right, so I'm gonna need to talk to Tower, Karachi Tower, Beechcraft 6 Yankee 59 Tango. Do I still have clearance to taxi to 25 left via Echo Foxtrot?
81659 Tango, 8 from taxi via Juliet Echo Foxtrot hold short under 25 left.
Okay, Juliet Echo hold short 25 left on Foxtrot 6 Yankee 59 Tango. Andrew Friable Logic. Good freaking morning to you as well, my man. Now, this man said Juliet. Crap. Could I get progressive taxi to Juliet? Now, the man... Okay, sorry. Look, we're going to do this again. According to my map, it's not there, right? So this is... Here's Echo. This is definitely Echo. The guy said it was right in front of me. Sierra, he said Sierra was right in front of me. So I'm going to assume the charts that they're looking at, that these connect. That's what I'm assuming, that there's some sort of connection going on here. I'm gonna go ahead and work my way this way, and he's gonna be like, bro, what are you doing? And I'm gonna be like, look, I'm a sinner, and this is how we roll. Andrew, top of the morning to you. How are you doing, sir? All right, let's see if we have things going on. All right, things are going on. We're gonna take off our our brakes. We're gonna try and taxi. And look at this guy. Get out of the way. Chopped off that neck. feel like we're going a little fast. All right, so we're trying to make our way to Echo. There goes some lines. I probably should be following those lines instead of myself. There we go. Here we go, making our way to Echo. Echo, Echo, Echo. Looks like we're all clear. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I think we're doing great, guys. I think my RPM still need to be at 1,000. All right, so let me see here. Yep. I was looking. So we're gonna put one flaps down. I'm not gonna do the run up because I am a bastard. Nope, I couldn't find the right word. Because I'm reckless. That's what I was looking for. But I do need to make my way to Foxtrot, so we still have some time. That taxi is not with FAA limitations. Tower has a number. What? No. All right, let's see if we can. So we're skipping the run up before takeoff. Mixture to max. Auxiliary pump off, air conditioning off, landing lights on, transponder in alt mode, weather is on. So let's turn our weather, let's go ahead and test our weather. See, yeah, I feel like the plane's big. Usually when it feels like it's getting out of control, I'm going too fast. So I'm gonna go ahead and slow this thing down, get that RPM down a little bit. I'm using some of my brakes. I'm using right brake. I'm using a lot of right brake here. Let's turn this weather machine on. Foxtrot. Looks like Foxtrot's our next left. All right, so let's go ahead and turn off the AC unit. It's 69 degrees inside of here right now. Oh, 69. Sorry, it's terrible. All right, I'm gonna hold short. Try and see if we can get this thing to slow down here. I'm still on 118.3, so that's great. Midfield takeoff. All right, so let's go ahead and turn on our strobe, landing, turn off the taxi lights. Let's go ahead and tell them that we're ready. You still got fuel? Good question. Yes. Karachi Tower, 6 Yankee 59 Tango, holding short, runway 25 left.
659 Tango, service wind, standby.
All right, I think you said standby.
659 Tango, after departure, maintain runway heading, climb 8,500 feet, surface wind 300 degrees, 06 knots, runway 25 left, clear for takeoff.
All right, whoa, buddy. Cleared for takeoff, runway 25 left. After departure, maintain altitude 8,500. 6 Yankee 59 Tango.
And after departure, runway heading as well.
Runway heading. All right, runway heading is 25, so 250. Okay. All right, so I've learned this long enough. When they say runway heading, you stay at runway heading. All right, so let's go ahead and get this going as much as possible. Let me see here. So mixture up. We already have one stage. Yeah, one stage of flaps is down. We have our landing lights, strobe. I'm gonna turn. No, I'm not gonna turn it on. All right. Did we give ourselves enough? That is the base 36 or turbo. This is the base. If we had higher altitudes to go, then I would use the turbo. But the biggest obstacle is 6,300. All right, let's go. I feel like I'm sitting up really high on in this plane. I'll have to adjust my seating if I can after. All right, airspeed's alive. We're hitting 90 knots, so we can definitely take off. All right, and we need to stay at... Oh, so I feel like there's a wind because the plane is shifting to the left. Or is that me? So let's use some right rudder. A little bit of right rudder. I'm going to put up the flaps. I'm going to turn off the landing lights. All right, so I'm looking at my attitude. No, my attitude indicator. I'm trying to stay around that 5-degree incline. They want me to stay at the heading of 250, so let's try and do that. And we're climbing to 8,500. All right, let's see if I can do this. We'll do autopilot, we'll do heading mode, and for vertical speed, let's see if we can do 500 feet per minute. All right, so I'm using autopilot, guys. Look, Ma, no hands. Okay, so I'm still at, oh, let's put up the landing gear. And let me see if I can try and reset this. All right. All right, 118.3, we're still with him. We don't need this map anymore, but we do want this just in case there's other planes around us. And it looks like this turned on. All right, so 70 degrees inside. What's the outside temperature? We're still around close to 20, so we're fine there. All right, so now that we've taken off, let's save our engine and put that RPM down a little bit. The fuel, the gauges seem fine. Green. We're dumping a bunch of fuel right now, but that's because that's just how it is. That's just the nature of taking off. All the gauges still look decent. I don't see any circuit breakers that are off. Okay, so let's see if we can do a checklist. So before takeoff, which is, you know, not anything right now, oil temperature.
Contact approach 1255. Go ahead.
125.5. Thanks for the service. 6 Yankee 59 Tango. All right. So let's contact 125, 125.5. 125.5. So that's approach or departure? Departure. We'll call them departure. Departure Beechcraft 6 Yankee 59 Tango, currently at 2,900, climbing to 8,500.
Beechcraft 59 Tango, Karachi approach. Good day, radar contact. Confirm attending runway heading.
Runway heading is 25.
Roger, sir. Do you have any visual waypoints you wish to fly over?
No particular points, just a direct to Panjgur.
I confirm your destination is Oscar Papa Tango Uniform or Papa Golf?
Papa Golf.
Roger, set course direct to Papa Golf.
Setting course direct to Papa Golf, 6 Yankee 59 Tango.
And 6 Yankee 9 Tango, you can climb and maintain flight level 85.
Climbing to flight level 85. All right, so direct course. What was our course again? Great question, guys. 306. All right, so let's take off autopilot because that's not fun. All right, let's try and figure out 306. So we're gonna do a quick turn. With 306 is what we're looking for. So 30, we'll do 30 right now. I'm so unstable. All right, so I think I will use this map just a little bit. All right, so what I'm looking for is to get myself on course there. So I'm just going to use that just so I can get like a 45-degree angle onto the magenta. All right, so we are in Pakistan right now, guys. First time doing an international flight. I mean, maybe it's my second time, but the first time on like VATSIM. Oh, look at that PA-24. The Comanche King Easy sneaking his way in. Andrew, if you do not mind, if you can give King Easy 200 points for what is he doing? He is being a wingman right now. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do is, for the brevity, which is a big word, I'm going to put back on autopilot and put heading mode. Okay, so that I can do some other stuff. So we're climbing at 500 feet per minute. Our goal is 8,500. So let me change the altitude to 8,500. No, come on. Looks like I'm going down. Very interesting. Destination Oscar Papa Golf. Let me see here. Let me see if it'll tell me here. Oh, is my thing not working? Yeah, Oscar Papa Golf. Let's see here. So I don't have a route thing, but we're flying from OPKC to OPPG. All right, and let me go ahead and add points to King Easy. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, there you go, King. You've earned yourself some points for flying along. Appreciate it. The leaderboard has restarted. All right, so we're making our way back to the magenta. Let me see here. Things are still in green. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of make it like a slight angle. And I believe, King, I think you still need to redeem your prize. I think you were waiting for a new plane to hit the market. You gotta you gotta lock in the session. All right, what was I doing? So we are climbing. We're at 5,000. Okay, so I need to lean my fuel. So let's take a look at. I really need to learn how to use this thing, but I'm gonna still use my EGT. Where's my EGT? I'm gonna use my EGT. So it should start to climb up, and then as it goes back down. So it's climbing. All right, it looks like it's peaking out right there, and it's starting to go back down. So I'm gonna hit right there. So it looks like we're burning about.
Very good afternoon. Albert 324 with you passing 2,800 for 150.
Looks like we're burning about 14 gallons. Probably gonna do just flight for when the tornado drops. All right, copy that. Let me know, and I will hit you up. All right, fuel gauges still look good for right now. Where are we RPM wise? All right, so our indicated airspeed looks like 140 knots. Yeah, it looks like 140 knots. So we'll need to adjust for the weather in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and let's switch over to nav mode. This is set to VLOC. This nav, RNAV, no. I guess we have to do the CDI. Okay. So there's GPS. It's on GPS. So it should be using nav, I think. And there goes nav. So I believe it's making its way to that magenta. We'll see. Let's see where Kimizi is. So you're doing the Comanche. And it looks like it caught it. Alright, cool. So now I'm going to, let's go ahead and cruise. So I'm going to do my RPMs at like 2200 to try and save on some fuel. So we are at 2200. The fuel right now is, I'm burning 11, 12, almost 13 gallons per hour, but I'm going to put the manifold pressure down, and that's going to drop more fuel. So I'm going to put the manifold pressure down to like 22 inches. Okay, and now we're just under 13, so we're doing about like 12, about 12 point something. So that is, and part of it is I'm doing that so that Easy can catch up. I'm doing about 130 knots.
1834, contact Karachi Control 126.5. Have a wonderful flight. Take care. Bye bye.
Was he talking to us?
Sorry, Karachi Control 126.5. Dominant 324. Thanks very much.
Okay. Can you guys hear them okay? Are they too loud or not loud enough? Alright, so because we're in our cruising speed, I'm going to go ahead and close our cow flaps. Alright, let's check out our engines. Instruments looks fine. The prop amps, I don't know what those do, but they seem to be okay. Fuel seems good. Everything's in the green. We're about, that beep means we're 1,000 feet from our intended altitude. So the CHT seems fine. ETT fuel flow is decent. Okay, so let me see if I can remember how to use this. I did learn how to use this once. So, inside air temperature is 48 degrees, so it is pretty nippy in here. Alright, so this here we have our engine temperatures. This is fuel. And then we're going to lean. I think we hold it down. So we're burning 12.3 gallons right now. Lean, I believe this is lean rich. Yeah, so we push it once to lean rich. I think we can step through it. We have 60, what required is 17 gallons, and it looks like we have 60 gallons. So it looks like we have more than enough. Okay, so this is lean. I don't remember how that's supposed to work. I don't know. I'm okay with what we have. With where we are. Alright, cool. So now it is 47 degrees. Here's an indicator saying it's too cold in the cabin. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the cabin heat and the aft heat just a little bit and get some of that warm air from the engine into the cockpit. So this is 47 degrees. We'll see if it starts to rise up. And while I'm doing that, let's take a look at our circuit breakers. They seem to be okay, so that means that our instruments should be fine. in theory. Plus, we got a lot of volts going into our battery. We got some amps that's being used by our electronics. Strobe, beacon, and Naviron. Pitot Heat. So outside is it got really cold. Okay, so let's turn on our Pitot Heat. It's below 7 degrees Celsius. That's when you turn on your pitot. This here goes, that guy right there is Easy. I was gonna say Young Easy for some reason. King Easy. All right, let's slow this down just a little bit more. So we're gonna manifold pressure. We'll put that down to 21. We'll put our manifold pressure down to like 20. All right, that should help lower. Funny thing is that we actually were gaining speed. So we're at 140 knots. Okay, so outside temperature is, that looks like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's 2. So it looks like it's 3 degrees outside. So let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can. All right, so here's the temperature, and this is our altitude.
Yankee 59, thank you. Contact Karachi Control on 126.5. Have a wonderful flight.
126.5, 6 Yankee 59 Tango. Thank you very much for your service. Okay, hold on. Let's go ahead and contact 126.5. 126.5. Let me just verify. Approach 125.5. Okay, 125. Approach to 6 Yankee 59 Tango. Do you copy?
Yeah, I copy the stern mass frequency.
I'm sorry, did you say stay on this frequency?
I have stern mass frequency.
Okay, copy that. All right, so we're gonna stay on this frequency. If that's what I heard. Did you hear that? Okay, so let's go ahead and try and get in there. Okay, so it's 3 degrees outside and we are 8,500, right? So here is the degrees and here is the altitude. So if we get it, let me see, 0, this is 30, so that's 10. So we're looking to get 8,000. So we're looking, so here's 7,000. So we want this 8,000 right here. So here's 8,000 at 0. And I believe just like that, kind of. One of those. Because this is 10 Celsius. So I think this is good. So based off of that, this adjusts, as you can see. And this is our true airspeed, I believe. 100, this is 60, let's see here. So it looks like it's in 5 increments. So I want to say we're about 155 knots. So we can verify that with this system here. So TAS, what is that? True, this is true airspeed is 157. We have headwinds of 18 knots. Ground speed is 139. Here's calibrated airspeed. Cool. So yeah, I mean, we're kind of on point. All right, sounds good. The good thing is that we are burning less fuel than we wanted, so we've got plenty of fuel. Let's see here. We're using our right tank. It's at past the 3/4 mark. So let's go ahead and flip it over so we can start using the left tank. All right, we're looking good, guys. Things are looking stable. So it seems pretty flat. I've not flown here recently. I would like to see what that shore looks like. That looks like very interesting terrain down there. Oh no, I forgot to turn on my recorder. Always seem to do that. Darn it. Okay. Put that back on. So we got 63 degrees inside of the cabin, so we're doing good. I can hop into something faster if I'm throwing you. Oh no, not you're not throwing me off. Your flight planning is slowing you down. I mean, we're doing pretty good. I estimated 138 knots. That was just guessing, and for ground speed, and we actually are doing that. So we're good. We're good, bro. Thanks for considering. I wouldn't want to stop you from flying the Comanche. It's so much fun. When did you pick it up? Okay, what I am going to do is I need to go find something to wet my throat. So let me step away and go grab something. Who am I talking to? This is approach Karachi approach 6 Yankee 59 Tango. Could I step away for 5 minutes?
Yes, no problem. Report on back.
All right, thanks. Within 10 minutes of it dry. Nice. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put it like this. I'll be back in 3 minutes. Gonna go grab something to drink and bring it like that. Actually, I need to pause the head tracking. Okay.
Air 603 Karachi approach.
603 climbing.
Air 603 proceed direct to Madam.
Direct Melon, or
All right, guys, I think I'm back. On FSX, I have not flown FSX. I got introduced to flight simming through this one, really, Max Flight Sim 2020. All right, let me let them know that I'm back on. Approach 6 Yankee 59 Tango, back with you.
Welcome back.
Thank you. So nice. Such a nice guy. All right, let me take a screenshot of the people that are...
603, climb flight 250.
Let's take
250. You want to take that there?
603, contact Karachi 126.5.
265, number 603, connect.
Excuse me. So it looks like, according to this, looks like our boy is about 7 or 8 nautical miles behind us. All right, no need for this. Nothing going on. 67 degrees. It's a little cool. So this has an RNAV system that I would like to really use. I have to learn more about it. You can put VOR points on any. As long as you can put waypoints anywhere on the map, as long as you can do the calculations. So let me see if we. Well, I don't know if I'm going to experiment with it right now. Oh, you know what? I forgot to. Let's enable the flight challenge. The predictions. So King, you said A2A. So what other planes did A2A do? I was interested. Like once I got the Comanche, the Comanche was the only plane that I knew about, and I was wondering what else have they done. Because it looks like they've been around for a while. I just am not familiar. I'm just not familiar with them. So my introduction to A2A systems is through this Comanche, which has been absolutely awesome. This Acusin. Oh, they have a Bonanza. It's a V-tail for FSX. So do they have one? Do they? The B-17, yeah, that one. Here it is. Oh, that is a huge plane. So I'm a little baffled by people that are using P3D and FS. Are they the same things? P3D? No, P3D is different from FSX, right?
Yankee 59 Tango.
This is 59 Tango.
59 Tango, switch over to Karachi Control 126.5. Have a wonderful flight. Take care.
You too. We'll switch over the 126.5. Thank you for your service. 6 Yankee 59 Tango.
Right.
All right. So let's switch over to 6 Yankee. Nope. Let's switch over to 126.5. Is that right? 1, 2. Let's see if that's right. Yeah. All right. Let's see if Center's talking. Center, this is Beechcraft 6 Yankee 59 Tango with you at 8,500.
6 Yankee 59 Tango, hello, identified on radar, maintain flight level 085 and maintain VFR.
Maintain VFR at 085, 6 Yankee 59 Tango.
Karachi Control, good evening to you. FedEx 242 Heavy with you, flight level 320 and inbound November Hotel. Requesting clearance for landing on Karachi Airport.
V-tail was perfection.
FedEx 242, hello,
being my
Karachi
favorite
Control,
GA plane. It's my favorite GA plane. I love the V-tails. P3D is basically FSX. Okay. Northrop bought the rights to FXX and renamed it. Aha, and the Justice gotcha. Okay. Got it. All right, hold on. Let me take a look at my instruments before going back to the browser.
X242 identified on radar, flight level 3.
Okay, seems fine. Everything seems to be in the green.
One Charlie arrival,
Let's see here. This was 4. View number 4, view number 7.
Clear to Karachi via November Hotel 1
All right,
Charlie
these seem to be
arrival,
good.
runway 25 left, ILS Zulu approach, FedEx 242 heavy.
FedEx 242 heavy, report when ready for descent.
Will go. Give me a second, sir.
All right, so let me see if they. Okay, so they only have one product for. Okay, got it.
603 confirm.
24 products for FSX.
30.
Oh.
603 reclaim flight level 3.
2004.
Karachi Control FedEx 242. Do I have to take 7?
They have free products. Oh, that's a mini-map. No, optional, no mini-map.
You can continue approach.
Dynamic rain.
Approaching runway 25 left.
Okay, P3D, FSX.
I was not asking about holding. Should I take the transition 7 or not?
No, sir, negative, not required.
Roger that. Could you give me a direct and decent level?
Confirm, ready for descent?
Affirm, sir, ready for descent and requesting direct to any waypoint. I am currently flying without direction.
FedEx 242, descent flight level 250 initially and confirm able to proceed direct Markley.
Affirm, sir, descent of 250 and direct Markley, FedEx 242 heavy.
Yeah, so I'm a huge fan of the Bonanza. So my plans, my hopes and dreams, is that at some point I'll be able to afford an airplane, and the Bonanza VTAL is going to be one of my goals. If I can get one of these planes, I would have earned maximum achievement points. And I do love this plane, and it's mainly for the look. But Beechcraft itself has been pretty solid for my simming. Started out with the Cessna, like a lot of people, and then I got introduced to the Beechcraft, to the Bonanza A36. I think it was a G36, and then the A36 is just the 6-pack version, and then the H35 and BE35. Those are all the retail stuff. I'm on my way. I'll meet you at the airport. Oh, have you chosen a different plane?
X16 contact Muscat control 128.15.
Okay, so now we're gonna have to be careful because we've got some terrain. So I need to keep an eye out for all the flat areas in case things get sketchy.
X16 heavy Karachi.
All right, so let's actually see if we have any weather information or anything that we can look up for our destination. So waypoint. Let's see if there's any weather. No weather. Can we find anything close? Actually, you know what? It's fine. It should, even if it doesn't have weather, we're gonna overfly it and take a look at the what is that thing called? The windsock, and that will give us a decent direction of where the wind is going. I got to ride in a Baron when I used to hang out with this pilot. His buddy was overfilled. His buddy had overfilled the plane and had to burn some fuel off. I got to tag along. Nice.
Continue descent flight level 090. FedEx 242.
The Baron. That sounds familiar. Is it Beechcraft, Piper? Beechcraft, Baron. I think it's Beechcraft. Yeah. Okay, Baron 58. Yeah. And the interesting thing about the multi-engine planes is, before I learned stuff, I thought that because it had 2 engines that it would go faster. and that's not the case. It just makes it go higher because it outputs more energy, but it does not make it go faster. And the cool thing about going higher is that it helps your fuel efficiency, so, which is great. Okay, so we don't have weather, which is fine. Let's take a look and see how many runways. We only have one runway, 3-1 and 1-3, almost 5,000 feet, so that is decent, I think. Let's see if we can see.
Tango Yankee, contact Muscat Control 128.15. Bye-bye.
Let's see if we can find anything about the airport itself. All right, so it looks like it looks like back taxiing. It doesn't look like there's any taxiways. It does have an NDB. That's awesome. I love NDBs. So we're gonna, and it does have a VOR. Oh, that's even better. Cool. So it looks like it has like one apron, which is, if we're on, it looks like it's on the north side. So wherever the apron is, it's on the north side. All right, cool beans. I love it. So let's take a look at our map. Let's see if I can find the apron. I mean the VOR. So here it is, 388. So let's go with let's go 388 just in case things go bad. So we're gonna plug in all the stuff just in case our electronic dies in some way, shape, or form. So 388. Let's see if we can find that on our. Hold on, let me just do a quick check of our instruments. They seem okay. Now where is our? Do we have an ADF? Oh yeah, there it is. All right, there we go. And that was 388. So let's go to tree. Can we go backwards? Nope. All right, so it goes 8. Let's go 8. And I believe we switch the frequency with this. And which one of these needles is pointing? I believe it's this. So let's take a look. What happens if I switch it back? So I'm gonna switch this, and I'm gonna see if this moves. So I'm gonna switch the frequency. Okay. So nothing changed. That's fine. We're gonna switch the frequency. We're gonna turn this volume up, and then I think we're going to figure out how to listen out for it. How do I turn that on? The audio for that is it automatic? Is it not in here? I don't see where I can, yeah, the only place I can see would be here, but this is only monitoring. Here's the intercom, audio panel. Oh, look at that. All right. So here's the audio panel. Let's turn one on for the ADF. So hopefully, when we do get into range, it will give us some sort of volume. Let's do the same thing for nav 1. Now for nav 1, let's see here. Can we do it this way? Let's see if we can find the right frequencies, and then we can verify. So let's take a look at this one. Frequencies, ground and tower. There's no NOTAMs. Okay, so all right. So I guess we'll have to go with nearest, nearest VOR. All right, so there goes PG, which is 121 nautical miles away. So 114.3, so that would be on this side. So let's tune that in, switch to it. So there goes PG VOR. And we can actually hear, well, I mean, it's faint, but I can hear the code. Let me see if they actually, show you what the code is here, or if you'll just need a sectional chart.
225 Alpha, contact Muscat Control 128.15, Allah Hafiz.
All right, I don't see anything on here, so let's take a look at our... Oh, they actually don't have it on here either. So they do have Morse code for the DME, but not for the VOR. Let's see if it's in on their page by any means. No, it's not there. All right, so we're gonna make a couple of assumptions, and one of the assumptions is that the fact that it shows up here identified lets us know that it is there. So because of that, we can now turn this off. All right, we have traffic. Hey, look at this guy getting closer and closer. He's about 5, looks like 4, maybe. I'll say 5. It's about 5 nautical miles out.
Continue descent 3000 QNH 1014. FedEx 242.
Okay, so plenty of harsh conditions for landing, so we'll just keep an eye out for any flat lands. If things go wrong, oh wow, this is amazing. Actually, these surfaces are dope. Wow. All right. If anything goes wrong, we're going to aim for this area, or that might be too far. This little strip. Yes, it's getting very, very hairy. All right. Okay, so let's take a look and see if our instruments are still in the green. They still look good. Now, I wonder how can I test, because usually the lights go out. So I need to test. I need to figure out how can I see. Now, the lights is electrical, so I'm going to need to learn how to read the alt load and the bus volt. So strobe, beacon, and nav are on. If I turn off my nav, okay, it does, the alt load did move, so that's good. Maybe turn on the beacon. All right, so I can take a look at the alt load. So if one of my lights don't work, so let's take a look at taxi. Taxi seems to work. Ooh, landing lights. I don't think the landing lights work. I don't see it moving. Taxi. Interesting. Let's take a look at the panel lights, floodlights. All right, so I'm gonna take a guess that the landing lights are broken, and let's see if I'm learning anything. Active failures. Landing lights. Boom. And I did not consider the Pitot Heat. I don't know what the condenser limit is. Uh-oh. I don't know what that is. All right, good thing. So we are learning. Education is a thing. Now, the Pitot Heat's out, and that's a problem. If the Pitot Heat freezes, well, actually, no. Actually, it's not a problem because we don't have any clouds. There's no freezing. There's no freezing conditions right now. So, but if it did freeze, the Pitot Heat. The Pitot tube has all the air that goes in, and then it differentiates the air inside and outside of the airplane, and that affects, I'm trying to remember which instruments that affects. It affects the airspeed. I think it affects the vertical speed indicator as well. So if my airspeed just died, that would be an indication that something's wrong with the Pitot tube. I forgot about this. We have a radar altimeter as well, so that's good. Okay, so this did look like it changed a little bit, so it's possible that it did pick up the NDB. Oh, we have a DME. I didn't even.
FedEx 242 heavy cleared
I
for
love
ILS 25
DMEs.
left approach.
All right, so because we're tapped into the VOR, we have
Report will establish runway ILS 25 left, Zulu approach.
45 minutes left. We are 108 nautical miles away from our destination.
FedEx 242 heavy.
All right, pretty cool. This terrain is pretty nice. This looks like some pretty good bush. Some pretty good bushing. All right, let's see here. What else do we got going on? I'm recording the flight. Did I get any more pictures? No, I just got that one picture. Now, this is orange. Does that mean that you and I are on the same level? So I'm 8,500, I think. And you're the same. All right, green. Decent. Alright, these are still good. Fuel is still good. Alright, things are still good. I don't know what that compressor thing is, but I'm going to need to keep an eye on it. Alright, let me see if I have any points. I have not figured out how to give myself points. Oh, I can just add points.
FedEx 242 confirm able to level of 3000 by 7.
Let me see if it works.
FedEx 242 turn left heading 180 radar vectors for ILS 25 left.
Left heading 180, FedEx 242.
Okay, and the reason why I wanted to do that, I wanted to try the roulette. I think it's roulette. It doesn't look like it's roulette. Is it slots? Let's try roulette again. Roulette. Hostiles in your AO. What's up, Leo? Let's see if I can roulette 10. There we go. Okay, so I can do some betting. I won 10 components in roulette and now has 60. There we go. Okay, so roulette works. So you guys have the option. So we have a point system, guys. Traffic, hostiles in the area.
FedEx 242 continue left heading 075.
075, FedEx 242 heavy.
All right, let's see if I can take a look at this. We did the flight planning, so we can take a look at our stream. Tabletop, and we're going to take a look at the leaderboard. So the leaderboard reset. I believe Andrew won last month. So Sayan is on top right now with 1,200 points. King Easy is making his way up. Tarsay. Alicia and me, but I'm not going to count. I'm just doing it for the lows. And then Andrew is working his way. And Liam, 7192. You're on the board. Welcome aboard. So we have a leaderboard that resets every month, and the top 2 people get prizes. First person gets a $25 gift card to the marketplace of their choice. I'm hoping that it's flight sim related, but it can be Xbox or something else. Second person or runner-up gets a month subscription to this channel. If you already are subscribed, then you will get a subscription to a channel of your choice. There's a couple of activities you can type in commands. We've integrated with Stream Elements, so whatever Stream Elements has it available. Let me see if I can find it. So whatever commands, let me see here. Well, there's a lot of custom commands. But there's like games like roulette. You should be able to duel somebody. So roulette, you can gamble some points if you're looking to try and get some points.
340, roger.
We can play this. I think we can play the slot machine. Let me see that. Slots. Doesn't have enough currency. Oh, okay. So this, I'll need to see what the slots is integrated with. Tip, deny. No, I don't want to deny anybody. Cancel duel. Yeah, so you can duel somebody. Let's see here. I think it's duel. I think I'm dueling somebody, and then I can give them, and I can wager some points. So I want to duel King Easy for 10 points. You can either accept or deny. Are we able to trade channel points still? No. So I turned that off primarily because it's a manual process. I am working on a Discord bot, and if I can get that Discord bot up and running, then I can try and figure out how to make it integrate with Stream Elements as well. So I'm trying to automate stuff as much as possible. Yeah, but for right now, because it's a manual process, and usually I'm trying to, I already suck at multitasking.
X24 to resume normal.
There's a basketball game that you can play that'll give you points. It's a battle royale. How many people do we have chatting? We have 3 people chatting right now. So if I go ahead and do a battle royale, I gotta spell it right. Is it with an E? Okay. I do like the roulette stuff though.
Localizer captured, sir, for ILS 25 left.
Alright, so let's take a look at our instruments. Green. Alright, those seem to be okay. Let's go to view number 7. Nothing's popped out. So I think we are okay. And if we're still indicating 155 knots. So not bad. I think we're doing good. Excuse me, we're about 89 nautical miles away from our destination. Oh, is that what I wanted to do? Yeah, let's do it. So, because this is I don't know how active this place is, I'm going to go ahead and activate the FSLTL injector. And that will inject some traffic. Now, normally they tell you not to do this while you're on VATSIM because it puts planes in there. It's only planes that show up on my screen. But I'm willing to take that risk. All right, so are we still magnetically? I believe we're slaved to the magnet, the compass, the magnetic compass. There we go. I believe we're still slaved to this, so all this stations, should be fine.
Closing now. Monitor Uniform 122.8. Have a safe flight, everyone. Bye bye.
122.8. Thank you for your service.
Bye bye. Goodbye.
Center, thanks for your service. All right, so he's going offline, so let's go to 122.8. So we're now on Unicom. So unless I don't have the time, I thought this was 24 hours of VATSIM. So maybe I don't understand how it works. King Easy, you got yourself 300 components. It was so close. I'll have to rewatch it after the stream. Nice. Yeah, so there's tons of ways of getting yourself some components here. Let's see what the leaderboard, let's see if it immediately did anything with the leaderboard. So you should have 600, let me see. Points, King Easy. So you currently have 365. And that didn't change. Interesting. So the Battle Royale is part of the stream avatars that I have. You got 200. Huh. Okay, sorry about that. I'm gonna have to look into it and see why that didn't work. Stream avatars should be connected to stream elements. So we'll see. I'll have to look into that. Whoops. All right, we got about 81 nautical miles to go. Let me see if I can find some good screenshots here. What can I do about this? So let me see if my stuff works. So we have external mode and then the okay, cool. So these views work. Let's take a screenshot of that. Ooh. I like that too. Stuff for social media. Oh, I didn't see this. What is that for? Oh, we gotta take a picture of King Easy on our tail. Speaking of tails. Womp, 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 womp. Okay, so we have a gyro warning. So that means that this instrument that takes... Okay, cool. So this is... I think this is significant. This is our instrument air. So instruments that use air is going to have a problem. So I believe we fixed that by turning on our standby gyro pump. So here the instrument air went back to green. But in all honesty, I don't really know what standby gyro pump. Maybe we should look into it. So King is about 2 nautical miles away from us. He is slowly creeping up on us. All right, we're about 80 miles out. All right, so let me just take a quick look at our instruments. You know what? I don't like how this I don't like how this one's looking. I don't know what to do about it right now, but our CHT temperature is a little lower than I'd like. It's still in the green, but it's lower. How do we fix that? So this is the cylinder head temperature. So the cylinder head temperature is getting cold. If it's getting cold, cylinders, I'm just thinking out loud. The cylinder is a part of the engine. The cylinders are part of the firing mechanism, I guess. So is there a way to make it hot? I already have the valve closed. So that's hot right now. Is there anything I can do with defrosting? I don't think that's gonna do anything. This is for inside. This is in case there's a fire. The vent blower? No, I don't think so. Well, I don't really know what it does. Is there a carb? There should be like a carb should be a carb something. I don't think I see one though. Carburetor. Valve? I'm just like saying words now. Alright, glad that the annunciator is working though. Alright, so let's take a look at our fuel. Okay, so we're just about even, so we're going to let this go to half, and then we'll switch over to our right tank. And then Kingy's is getting super close. That guy is like 1.5 nautical miles away. I am digging it. All right, so manifold pressure. This is. I don't know how to fix this. Okay, so CH. Is there anything in our let's see if there's anything in our checklist about it. Engine, rough running engine, emergency descent, carbon monoxide. I don't see anything with carbon monoxide. Instrument air failure. Okay, so the gyro warn, it did get illuminated. Turn the pump on. Extinguish. Gyro breaker push on. If extinguished. Okay, so turn the pump on. So hold on. So what happens? Did it actually? Okay, gyro warning. Then this was just telling me that the pump is on. This is working. So gyro pump standby if extinguished. If illuminated, if extinguished. Gyro pump breaker. So where's that? Here. Push on. Well, it never gyro. Okay, so the standby gyro. Okay, gotcha. So I think this is saying is that if we put this switch on and this didn't show up, then we would check the breaker. Okay, cool. So did we didn't do run up before? Oh yeah, we didn't. Transponder weather after takeoff, brakes. Did not release the brakes. Engine check, landing gear, flaps, autopilot. So after 80 knots, we take back the flaps, and then autopilot engaged. En route to climb. Propeller should be at 2,500. Okay, when climbing. Full throttle, cow flaps as required. Air condition, oxygen. Monitor engine performance. Now we're in our cruising. Cow flaps are closed. Landing lights off. Pitot less than 4. I keep saying 7. It's less than 4 degrees Celsius, which it is right now, but we've learned that our Pitot Heat is not working. So you know what? I can actually turn that off. It's not working. No, I'm going to leave it on because I don't know. I don't know that it's working. All right, Pitot Heat, fuel imbalance, 15 gallons maximum. Lean, propeller, 2,500. Throttle full open. Air conditioning as desired. Engine performance, all right, looking good. Okay, so now we're looking at these other stuff. Remote, compass misaligned, descent. So the next one is going to be descent, landing gear, approach, failure, landing, bulk, power. Alright, so descent is basically our next one. So the cow flaps should be closed during descent. Throttle reduce, mixture, give it some fuel, monitor. Cylinder head, it should be 116. Okay, minimum should be 116. So let's see. And that's basically green. So it looks like 116 is, so that's 150. So all right, so we are at 60 nautical miles from our destination. All right, so let's figure this out. So the elevation is 3,200 feet. We should be 1,000 feet AGL for traffic patterns. So we're going to aim for 4,200 feet. So actually, let's try that out. So 4,200. Let me switch over to our descent. Let's figure out where our top of descent is. So on the approach. And this is for Panjgur. Panjgur. This is for Panjgur. 4,200 feet is our intentions there. Okay, how do we do this again? The delta, the difference. So the difference, we're at 8,500 right now. 8,500 minus 4,200, so that's 4,300, and then we multiply that by 3. Oh, I forgot. Let's take a look at our documentation. We can do this one. Our recent documents, have I opened it? Might have been, yeah, it might have been faster. Here, glossary and resources. All right, so top of descent. All right, so top of descent is, you find the delta. You find the delta, and then you multiply by 3, and then divide by 1,000. Right. So we had this one multiplied by 3, divide by 1,000, and 12. So once we're basically 13 miles away from the airport, which we are currently 54 miles. Okay, so once we are 13 miles from the airport, that's when we start our top of descent. Our ground speed is, we'll say 100, we'll just say 120 knots, and we multiply that by 5. 120 times 5 will be 600. So we're going to descend at 600 feet per minute. And that will get us to 4,200 feet. Ah, boom. Look out your window. My window. Oh, look at that guy. I can, besides his name, I can now see a slither of his plane. Wait. Here it is. Good job. Great job, my guy. Making progress. Let's see if I can see you inside of here. Oh, you look a lot closer from here. Nice. Very cool, King Easy. All right, let's take a look at our instruments, making sure that everything's good. Green. This is no, it's still the same. I thought it was getting lower. The things still look like they're indicating. All right, this is getting, or we're definitely on par. Here is, oh, interesting. Oh, that is funny. So it looks like 50 nautical miles is when the ADF kicks in, because I can hear the audio for it. Yeah, if I turn it off, yeah. Very interesting. Okay, so this kicked in as well. Now this I need to understand this. Because then we are in, let me see here. This does, I thought this would have automatically switched. Oh, it probably does if we do VLOC. Okay, because we're on GPS right now. So let me see here. If we switch to VLOC, I don't think I know how this works. So very interesting. So I'm using the VLOC. Nope, sorry, VOR. I'm using the VOR radio right now. So 30. Am I hitting? That is 30. Yes. So am I on the 300 radio? That's a question. So am I hitting 300? So this is 27. This is 36, 35, 34, 33. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is 36, 3. So this is 300. Okay, yeah. So it looks like I am on the 300 radio. Okay, all right. Let's see how close. Oh, look at that guy. And you know what's amazing is I have the Comanche, and why is this model matching still not showing up properly? That is pretty wild. All right, so out of curiosity, can your plane go faster? Just curious. Like 8 knots? You can push like 8 more knots out of it. So it is actually very interesting. I didn't really think about speed. I'm a big fan of the Comanche, but it looks like I have a lot more horsepower. I'm only. So what's your RPM? What's your RPM and your manifold pressure right now? Because I'm like doing like a bare minimum. Everything is 20 inches and 2100 RPMs, but I can push it to 25 and I can get the manifold pressure. I'll just be dumping fuel as I'm doing that. Okay, look at that. We have a fuel issue. Right fuel tank is out. So we now have to definitely rely on our left fuel tank. Uh-oh. Okay, good. I like this. This is me feeling in danger. So they're doing a good job. So I take back what I said about Black Square, because I thought it was just inconveniences. But this is like the third time that I've experienced a fuel leak. And fuel leaks are pretty significant. So all right, cool. Let me see here. We balls it away the whole time. You've been pushing 2,500 RPMs the whole time? Oh, man. Okay. All right, good to know. It seems like, I think 18 matches your speed. Got it. So, when it comes to speed, it looks like the A36 is a pretty fast plane. My indicated airspeed is about 155 knots, which is pretty good. If there weren't any headwinds, I'd be doing that, ground speed wise. So that's pretty interesting. So yeah, so ground speed, I'm actually 141 right now. Pretty cool. I did not realize that. Thank you for experimenting, for running that. Are you in front of me now? Oh, look at that! Trying to get ahead. Trying to get ahead. All right, so we are 36 nautical miles away. We will start descending at 13, and we have a fuel leak on our right-hand side. Let's take a look and see. Let's take a look and see if any of our instruments are out. So that's view number 4. This is view number 7. Okay. So we do have, even if we didn't look at it, if we were looking at this, our right fuel tank is bad. So I know that if we, so it's maybe not a fuel leak, it's just the instrument. So if we do this, it'll show that we actually do have it, and then this will pop out again because this is bad. Okay. All right. Now let's correlate. Correlate? Yeah. Let's correlate that and see if that's actually what it is. So here, right fuel quantity. So it's not saying that it's a fuel leak. So it's just an instrument thing. Okay. So fuel is not an issue. We don't have a fuel leak. It's just that our indicator is bad. All right, I can deal with that. We're still at about 0 degrees Celsius on the outside, 66 on the inside. Let's go ahead and warm that up just a little bit more. And where did that guy go? Hey, where'd he go? There he is. Okay, so we are 4,200 feet is what we're looking at for pattern altitude. We don't have any weather, so we're going to do a midfield crossing in order to take a look at the windsock. And I'm practicing this because I've learned that I'm very impatient. I don't know if I'll be this impatient in real life, but in the game, I just want to land the plane. The runway. I actually forgot what the runway is. We have 2 runways. Nope, we have 1 runway with 2 directions. I think it was 31 and 13 or something. So 31 and 13. Let me write that down so I don't have to look at that again. 13 and 31. Alright, so since we're on Unicom, we can go back to VFR, which is not 1200 because we are abroad. Let's see here. This should be 7,000 internationally. International speaking. He's just getting closer and closer. Are you going to try and fly on top of us? Nah, real life you want to stay up and then land and do a touch and go. Oh, look how your tail, your plane blocks out the sun. Dope. All right, we are 28 miles away. We're going to start descending at 13. Now, I don't see the airport. I don't know if we are going to see the airport. Okay, we have 13 and 31. Right now, we are headed in 30. Actually, we're at 31 right now. So we can, in theory, if we're already lined up, we can take runway 31. In theory. But we do want to see the airport and figure out what the wind is looking like. I'm on the GPS path, climbed to maintain some separation. All right, copy. All right, you're using GPS. I'm using VOR. We're doing our thing. All right, let me see here. So let's just verify that we still have fuel. We do have fuel, just not able to use the indicator. Green, green, looking fine. You know what? Autopilot actually could go bad. I didn't consider that. So we'll have to keep track of that. We do have this. Okay, and we do have this, so that should hopefully be good for us. Alright, I feel like we're good. So 69 degrees on the inside. Let's pull that up. I'd like to get that to 70. Alright, looking good. It doesn't sound like the engine is running rough. And I don't know what this looks like when it actually goes off. Okay, so when we're descending, because that is what our next thing to do, let's check our checklist. Descent. So we're going to keep the cow flaps closed. We're going to reduce the throttle. We're going to mixture. I'm going to do the mixture once we get past 3,000. We're going to monitor our engines. Okay, so it's basically just monitoring the engines. Let's see here. So descent, landing gear manual extension, landing gear up after manual extension. So this is the approach. Okay, so the actual approach. Fuel selector, oxygen, landing lights are on. Pitot Heat, propeller heat. Okay, so those are off. Cow flaps as required. So I'm going to open it up. Mixture is max. Flaps on the approach. Okay. All right. Well, sounds reasonable. All right. Cool. All right. 20 nautical miles out. All right. Let's see if there's any open spots for us, just in case things go wrong. Looks like this spot over here might be our. Might be safe for us. You know what's funny? Let's try this. Uh-oh. Crap. Oh no. I think I messed up. Okay, this is correcting itself. I was trying to... You know what? I don't know. Okay, the good thing is I do have a camera and then I can do drone. That's what I was trying to do. Let's fix this drone. So now I feel like I'm super duper off. Alright, my speed's going down. So is that a wind issue? Because my manifold pressure and RPM seem to be the same. Instruments are good, I think. Alright, so what I was originally trying to do is this. Hey King, are you going to try and land in front of me? That'd be dope. Wait, why? Actually, that is interesting. Why is my power going down? Why is my speed going down? Yeah, and it seems to be consistently going down. Okay, so something else might be wrong. All right, let's get this RPM up a little bit, and let me see if that well, I'll need to, the RPM by itself is not going to do anything. Let me get the manifold pressure up. Let me see if that increases our, let's see if that increases anything. All right, so I'm looking at our speed indicator, and it is slowly starting to increase. I'm looking at these. We're burning more fuel. These are okay. What about our amperage? Is there anything else? Okay, so let's see here. Taxi light works. Oh, right. We did learn our landing lights don't work. So these are, let me see if this, okay, so our beacon could be dead. The beacon is the red bulb here, hard to see. But I'm gonna say that it's probably dead. I don't see anything. So the nav lights are on. All right, good to know. So we do have some lighting issues. We're 12 nautical miles out. All right, so let's start descending. I totally am not paying attention. So 4,200 is what we're looking for. And vertical speed, let's switch that up. And 600. Alright, so that'll give us some speed. We'll catch up to King Easy. Inside air temperature is 73 degrees. Let me just push that in just a little bit there. Actually, there's no one in the back, so let me turn off the aft. Alright, let's check this fuel. Alright, fuel is good, so I'm going to switch over to the right fuel once we get to traffic pattern. So 10 miles out. Oh, so I should probably start talking. Panjgur traffic. Panjgur traffic, we're about 10 miles out. We are southeast. Panjgur traffic, Beechcraft, 6 Yankee 59 Tango, about 10 miles southeast of the airport, intending a full stop. Also doing a midfield crossing in order to take a look at the flag, the windsock. Panjgur traffic. Panjgur. I was not on the right thing. I'm on I'm on something else. We got to do it again. All right, 122.8. We're on Unicom. Panjgur traffic, Beechcraft, 6 Yankee 59 Tango, about 7 miles southeast of the airport, planning a full stop. Currently looking for a midfield crossing in order to find the windsock. Panjgur traffic. Pull your carb heat to test. Yeah, and that's the funny thing is I don't think I know where the carb heat is on this thing. I've got cabin heat, aft, defrost, but I don't see a knob for carb heat. And it would be over here, possibly. I've got the cow flaps. Yeah, bro. I don't know. I don't know what you've been told. All right, so that looks like the airport. Okay, so that looks like the airport. We are definitely high. So let's increase our descent rate to, let's go to 800 feet per minute. And actually, let's pull back. So I'm going to put the RPMs up. I'm going to pull the manifold pressure down. I'm going to put it down to like 15. All right, manifold pressure is down to 15. I can see that this kicked in. So, man, we are definitely too high. So, what I'm going to do right now is let's put our heading indicator to tree 1, just so that we have some indication as what's going on. Tree 1 or 1-3. Is that right? Yeah, tree 1 or 1-3. King Easy's doing his darndest. Okay, so this is north, and so this looks like it might have been like an old runway, and then this is the current runway. All right. So let me see here. Let's take off autopilot. That was weird. All right, let's put this on. So I'm going down. I'm gonna pull off. I'm gonna put the, you know what? We're too. I was gonna try and dive deeper. All right. Panjgur traffic, 6 Yankee 59 Tango, currently at 5,300 feet, descending, doing some circle patterns in order to drop some speed, some altitude. Panjgur traffic. All right, am I still on 122.8? All right, let's see if we can find. There's the windsock, but I can't tell right now. Looks like wind is okay. Looks like 1-3. Looks like 1-3 is our pattern. All right, so currently we're lined up with. All right, Panjgur traffic, 6 Yankee 59 Tango, intending to maneuver ourselves for 1-3 full stop. Panjgur traffic. All right, so we're about 5,000 feet. All right, so let's try and figure out a pattern here. So we're gonna do a midfield crossing in order to get into a pattern. All right, let's keep an eye out for the traffic. All right, so we're gonna put on our landing lights because we don't know that it's not working. Actually, we do know, so let's put our taxi lights on as well. All right, so let's see here. We're descending at 500 feet per minute. Do I still have the airport? I believe that's the airport over there. Okay. I've lost the airport. Panjgur traffic, 6 Yankee 59 Tango, planning to do a midfield crossing in order to establish a right downwind for runway 13 full stop. Panjgur traffic. Currently at 4,000 feet, descending. All right, so we're gonna do fuel all the way up. RPMs all the way up. Manifold pressure, I'm still keeping it down. I'm gonna do my gear because we're under 140 knots, so this will help with drag. And I'm gonna put a flap down because we're in the white arc. King Easy's over there doing barrel rolls. All right, so we're at 3,000. I still need to get down lower. 3,200 is the pattern altitude. All right, so now, so here, if I'm looking at my heading indicator, it's to our right. So, all right. Panjgur traffic, 6 Yankee 59 Tango, turning right downwind, runway 13, Panjgur traffic. All right, so now I want to get it aligned. All right. So now I'm in sync, kind of, I think. All right, so we're gonna now switch to our right tank. Can't find, okay. Panjgur traffic, 6 Yankee 59 Tango, turning right base, runway 13 for full stop. Panjgur traffic. Okay, so I need to keep an eye on my speed indicator. All right, so I'm using my heading bug. Trying to keep myself in line. Oh, King Easy's on the opposite end. Uh-oh. Maybe I misread the the thing. Pango traffic, 6 Yankee 59 Tango, turning right, final, runway 13. Okay, coming in too high, too fast. All right, so let's get another stage of flaps. Nope. Uh-oh, I put my flaps up. Let's put the flaps down. And no, I think I read the thing right. All right. Ooh, okay, it's a soft landing, but I was all over the place. Look at that King Easy guy already landed. Nice work, guy. Nice work, buddy. Okay, so the wind, it's blowing. Yeah, so it's blowing in the direction. So I landed in the direction of the wind. Okay, I did it right. I was just making sure. King Easy had me questioning my entire existence. Pango traffic, 6 Yankee 59 Tango, cleared runway. Pango traffic. Look at that guy. Oh, I was gonna run this guy over. All right, where is the brakes? Let's get our RPMs up. All right, excellent, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you hanging out with me today, man. That was fun. Let's get a screenshot. Let me pause my head tracker and let's go into this mode. And I wish my thing was working. Actually, you know what? Let me turn it off and let me see if it'll actually pull up. So I'm going to disconnect from VATSIM. And let me see if that does anything with your phone. Come on. And screenshot time. Yeah, there we go. All right, so this is definitely going on the social. Let's think I would this. Man, this is a pretty empty airport. Nice. FMP I had 62 and a bounce. Little out of practice. Too bad the plane. Yeah, it is too bad. I have the plane. Okay. So let's go ahead and we'll verify. So let's open this up. Let me see here. I'm going to put the put the throttle down. Actually, landing lights, taxi lights, strobe, and nav. So the beacon is the only thing that's on. Pitot Heat is off. I'm going to turn off the master avionics. I'm going to make the engine. I'm going to stop the engine first. So throttle all the way down. Fuel. We're starving the fuel. We're starving the engine. Our prop level all the way down. Avionics is off. Alright, so now we can turn this off. We can do the beacon, alternator, and the battery. Nope, I need the battery actually, because we're going to take a look and see what will work. Alright, so 67%. So I was at 68, I think, when I started. So that I'm gonna hopefully say that means that I treated the engine well. We're gonna refill the oxygen because where's the oxygen? Oxygen's down there. So the oxygen is refilling. Forgot that I had that option. All right, now let's take a look and see what kind of failures. We have 8 failures. I like that. I like that the number is high. A delightful surprise to see you on this morning. King, it was a delight. It was also a likely surprise. It was also nice to see you as well. Vacuum pump, we are aware of that. The condenser limit, I don't know what that is. Can we go down? So Pitot Heat, beacon light. Okay, yes. So we did see that our beacon light wasn't working. Landing lights. So panel lights. Okay, so mostly lights. It's usually always lights. Okay, so here was the major issues. I got to look up what a condenser limit is. All right, very cool. So we can turn off the power. This does not open. King AZ, appreciate you flying with me, man. Thank you very much. I had fun. All right, let's see here. Who's here? It's just us two. Let's keep this party going if you want to. I'm gonna go ahead and look up somebody on Twitch for us to raid. Boozy's flying right now.
It like never worked out because my internet.
And he's been on for about 29 minutes. So Boozy Sheep's a good candidate. I like Boozy. All right, gang. So I'm Tabletop Android. I normally stream just on Tuesdays, but this was a VATSIM event. I've been itching to fly as well a little more often. So this was an opportunity. I enjoyed it. I flew in a different country, so that was different. Actually, let me start doing this. I have an ending screen. All right, yeah. It doesn't show my face though. Yeah, but we got to fly in a different country. I had to do some QNH conversions and meters conversions, so that was fine. And we made it to our destination safely. And King Easy showed up, so I mean it was great. Super Saiyan was here. He even resubscribed using Prime. Appreciate that. All right, so let's go ahead and raid Boozy Sheep. You guys show him some love. Continue on. I'm gonna get the rest of my day on, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Take it easy.
What's up, man? Tabletop Android.